Well, hello everyone. How are you? This is Joni here at Joni's Journals, and I have come along today to invite you to decorate my memento box with me. Now, some of you may have seen this when I first put it together. It is made from a battery box that my D-cell batteries were delivered to me in from Amazon, and I just simply made a little storage box out of it using some of the backgrounds from the kit. Now I have begun to decorate the box, but I wanted to bring you along. I did the little more fiddly bits without you because I just wouldn't be able to work around my camera. The tripod will definitely get in the way. I had to flip the box all sorts of this ways and that ways, but I am going to show you what I did just so that you know. Okay, what I did to decorate the corners was I took some paper fasteners and I attached them. There's one right here, and there's one here, and there's one here, and there's one here. And I made some holes in the box. It is corrugated cardboard, and I stuck the paper fasteners through. And then, as I usually do, you've seen me do it 100 times, I made some little paper circles to cover up the paper fasteners in the back. Now, I have been struggling with a way to create a closure on this, and I gave up. I just made some of, you've done these with me before too, I made some circle closures using a paper fastener. I put one on the side here and one on the top here. And although my string is white, I'm gonna probably try to figure out something else to use, or maybe I'll just ink this up. But I did use my white embroidery floss, and I attached a little key that I had laying around so that when I close it, I'm gonna wrap it around and hopefully it's going to work. I'm just gonna lay it on its side. I know it might be in your face a little too much, but I'm gonna wrap it around and wrap it around and wrap it around, and then I'm just gonna make it a little tight like this, and then we have the key. Let's just do it that way. Oh, it still kind of hits the, I may have to shorten the string, but the key dangles off the side like that. And I just figured that was a fun and funky way to do it because I couldn't figure out how to do anything else. Now, what I also did, if you remember when I showed you the box after I had put it all together, what I had done was I had just put a piece of craft stock on the bottom. I decided that it needed feet. You know, sort of like an old-fashioned jewelry box would have like the little raised feet on it. And what these are these are little 2-inch wooden squares. You've seen me use them before, I believe. And this particular bunch I had covered with some I believe it was Tim Holtz cardstock. It's like a little basket weave, and I put, you know, a few coats of the collage medium on them, and then I inked up the edges, and I had used some in a Halloween project I had done, and I had bunches left over, so I decided that I would use those for the little feet. Now, I painted this with distress paint in Walnut Stain, but you can see it's a sloppy coat, and I wanted it to look like that because I want it to look like this box has been laying around for 100 years, which it has. So I figured we would glue the last little foot on together, and what I'm using is my Barely Arts, my teddy bear glue, and I'm just gonna make sure that I can get the glue out, and I'm just gonna put a bunch of glue on the bottom like so. Now, because the cardboard box has really been abused in shipping, I guess you could say, it's not completely flat. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Okay, my allergies are killing me. The box is not completely flat, so what I've had to do is put a little edging of glue around the other 3 feet so that it could kind of, you know, absorb the, see that it kind of rocks a little. And so this way I figured by adding the glue, I might fill up that little space that's, see it's bouncing, that's happening because the box is not completely flat. So we've added our last foot, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, I'm trying to see if you guys can really see what I'm doing. I'm just going to tilt this on its side, and I'm just going to put a bead of glue along the edge of the little tile here, like so. You can see there's a big space, and a little bit along the edge here. I'm going to come around the corner in the hopes that adding this little extra line of glue is going to make the little feet stay stuck a little bit better. Okay, I think that might do it. And I'm just going to hold this for a second, and I'm going to try to one-handedly put my pin back into my glue. Yeah, I knew that I wanted to show you guys how I decorated the box, and I didn't want to just go, oh, look, I decorated my box. So like I said, I did some of the fiddly parts on my own without you, and I do apologize. Oh my goodness, I have to sneeze. Oh. Okay, I don't have to sneeze. All right, let's see. I'm just going to hold this while we wait. And you can, chat amongst yourselves like Gail Augustinelli always says. But let me see. Is it gripping? Let me show you what I'm going to be putting on the front while I'm holding this down. I have decided that I'm going to take the wedding photo of Jeffrey and Rose that I showed you in my last video, the one that's been inked, and it's been, sanded, and I added the crackle paint to it and the alcohol ink. I've decided that that's going to go on the front. Let's see, is that staying stuck? Not really. Okay. And then what I also did was I took one of the Tim Holtz Salvaged Hearts. I'm going to turn this over and hope for the best. I think we're going to, nope, I'm going to have to keep holding it. I took one of the Salvaged Hearts from Tim Holtz. They came out, oh gosh, I think in his April release. And I painted it with Lumberjack Plaid paint. And then I went around the edges with the Distress Paint in Spun Sugar. And I dry brushed it just to give it sort of that little white effect you can see here and here. It's not even white. It's just a light marking. And then I took my black Distress ink, and I went along the little raised edges here so that it gives it kind of that little grungy look. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the color it starts out as. It's sort of a creamy white, and I don't know if these guys, I'm not sure. I think they're plastic. I have no idea what they're made of, but yeah, so I used, I am sorry. I bumped you. The Distress Paint in Lumberjack Plaid, and again, the Distress Paint in Spun Sugar. And maybe I can let go of this now. Okay, I think we're good. All right, we are going to turn this over because we are going to get started. Okay, it's not perfect, but that's okay. I can fix it after the fact. Then what I also did was, I'm going to attempt to do this. I don't know how well it is going to work. Is I took the Tim Holtz bouquet. It comes like this in a package, and it's bunches of little flowers, and I took off 2 of the stems, and I inked all of the little flowers up using my alcohol ink in Pink Sherbet, okay, because I figured that these might be roses that were in Oh God, Rose's bouquet. You see how she has those little roses? And that, oh, there we go. You might be able to see it better. She has those little roses in her bouquet. And so I thought that these would be representative of her red roses that I'm sure she had in her bouquet, but now they've faded to a baby pink, okay? And we are going to try to attach those around the frame. But again, something else I've not done. I've used the flowers in other situations, but never where I'm trying to actually stick them under something. Okay, let me see if I can angle my light. Is that better? Yes, I think it is. And you guys can still see. What I wanted to do was sort of center the frame on the box, and that looks just about centered from side to side. And I want to place my little heart under here, also kind of centered, and I'm working around my tripod, so if you see my hair, I am sorry. I did get a haircut today, and my hair is clean, so there's no need to worry about that. So I figured we would put that like that, okay, and you guys have a nice view of that. And then what I would try to do is tuck the little flowers in along the edge here, and we'll see how it goes. I am not so sure about how well that is going to look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by sticking my frame. Do I want to stick? Let's stick our frame down first, and we'll put our heart on last, because once I stick the frame down, I want to see if while the glue is a little bit wet, and you know what? We're going to use our PVA glue. We're not going to use teddy bear glue because that might dry too quickly. We're going to put PVA glue all over the back of the frame, and then I'm going to do I'm going to get a nice mushy coat along the edge, and then maybe we can stick the flowers in underneath. If not, guys, I don't know what we'll do. Okay, let's take our frame and lay it down just about centered there. Okay, that might be up a little further than I wanted it to be. But is it straight? Let me see. Watch the leg fall off the back of it. Yeah, it's pretty straight. Okay, let me turn this just a bit here and catch up some of that glue. You'll see my fingernails are a disaster, but I'm going to go and get them done. And so I'm not going to really worry about it. Okay, now, should we try to tuck in a couple of flowers? Let's put the PVA glue away, and let's grab the teddy bear glue, because maybe that might work better for the flowers. Now, I don't know if I should put glue on the flower. Yeah, go for it. What the heck? All right, and let's see if maybe we can tuck the flower in. Oh yeah, look, see, we have a little space. I am not going to push that down. I'm just going to push the flower in like so, up against the frame. And then what I think I might do once I finish tucking some of these flowers in is actually glue them to the frame. So you can see what I'm doing is I'm bending the stem, and I'm going to put that one over here. And again, if you see my hair, all's good. Oh, come here, you little stinker. Let's just see. Can I get this in? Oh, I might be good. All right, that one's in there. And now we have two. All right, let's see. We're kind of fussing with those. We'll try to glue those together next after we tuck our little flowers in. I made an abundance of them because I didn't know how many I would actually need. Now, you do know I always work in odd numbers, So I will surely be doing that. Okay, I'm going to bend that little stem again, like so. And I'm going to put the glue all around it, like that. And I'm going to tuck another one in up under here, like that. Oh, that one seems to be staying stuck a little better. And like I said, we will fuss with gluing the flowers together after. All right, maybe, are they making any kind of a statement? Yeah, I think they are. Okay. Yeah, I think they look kind of cute. Let me just tilt it and see it. Yeah, I think they're kind of cute. All right, let's try and put another one over on the same side. We're going to tuck this one in next to the last one we just tucked in. We'll take some glue and we're just going to tuck that one in like that. All right, and see, they're all going under the frame. All right, we have 4. Now, let's see, maybe we'll tilt this to the side. Well, we'll turn it to the side, not tilt it to the side. And let's do another one on the bottom here. Whoop. And then we have our 5. So, okay. Oh, see, there we go. Now we have 5. Now, is 5 enough? I think that I might want to put in 5. We can put in maybe 2 more. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And we're going to stick this one. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the stem off of this one. Now, if this doesn't work, it's not a big deal because I do have more flowers. And I am going to put some glue around the base of the flower. And I'm just going to tuck it in right there. Okay. And I think they're sticking. Okay. All right. That looks kind of pretty. But I do think we need definitely one more down here on the bottom. And I'm going to turn it and tilt it. If anybody's wondering, the doggies are asleep. Yesterday, they actually played nicely together on the sofa. Yes, I do let my animals up on my furniture. I don't really worry about that. I figure it this way. I let my kid on the sofa. Granted, she didn't chew on it or have accidents on it. So why shouldn't my puppy go up on the sofa? My dog does sleep on the sofa. Roger always slept on the sofa. And my dogs actually had their own chair when we lived back in New York. Not at the same time because I only ever had one dog at a time. I think that's part of the struggle that I am having, and probably my husband too, and definitely my daughter. My husband has never had more than one dog at once. And so I think this is all new for him. And of course it's all new for me because I only ever had one other dog before I met my husband. And she stayed behind with the gentleman who I was having a relationship with at the time. Oh, guys, that looks really kind of cute. I kind of like that. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we might just tuck another one in right there. And then I think we're done. Okay. All right, we have our little flowers. Well, that went pretty successfully. And then what I'll do off camera, and of course I will come back and show you, is, oh, my allergies. The girl who cut my hair was very interested to hear that my eyes and my nose were itching. And that she was a little bit concerned because her significant other, he had been suffering too. I'm just putting a little glue down here on the bottom to try to hold that flower down. She was concerned because he was having problems with his eyes too, and she wasn't sure if it was allergies or if maybe he had pink eye or if he had gotten something in his eye. So she felt a little bit better hearing that I was suffering in the same way. And of course, she has terrible allergies, so she was suffering too. Okay, I think that that adds just a little bit of a something, don't you? Do you like that? I hope you like that. I think it's kind of cool. And I do have one flower left. But I'm going to leave it for now till I see how well these are staying tucked in and how well they're going to glue together. Because that's going to be something, like I just said, that I'm going to fuss with off camera. Now, I think what we will do is now we will attach our little heart, and it's centered, and I think it's close enough to the photo if we put it right about there. Okay. All right, guys, I can't really see. I'm sorry, I'm sliding it over to the side so I can get a better view. That seems about centered, so let me just grab my pencil. Oh, see, I moved it. Oh, okay. I'm going to hold that down, and I am just going to put a little pencil mark here and a little pencil mark there. Yep, and I can see it. Now, like I said, I have never worked with this before, these little kind of plasticky, resiny items that Tim has. I do have the Christmas ones. I'm lying. I did work with the Salvaged Rabbits at Easter time. If you go over on my Instagram, there are pictures of the things that I created with the Salvaged Rabbits. But in that case, I used, let me just see. Let me make sure it's straight. Oh, it did take. It's stuck, guys. Let me tell you. Guys, gals, gang, whatever. I don't want anybody to be insulted by me calling you guys, and you might be ladies. I do the same thing to everyone, regardless of being a boy or girl or whatever you may identify as. Isn't that pretty? I really like the way that turned out. And the flowers are so cute. I think I am definitely fussing with this afterwards. And I'm going to try and glue these little flowers together and maybe bring them open a little. But I like that, guys, don't you? So like I said, it's made simply from a cardboard box. Like I said, this one is the one that my batteries came in, my D-cell batteries. And the box itself is, let me just measure it for you gang. It's roughly about 9 inches wide and long, maybe. And about a little over 6 inches wide, so 9 by 6. And then the depth, whoops, I'm not gonna, oh, there goes my glue. I'm knocking everything over, and I already banged into you once, so it's a typical video for me. Okay, let's put the pin back in the glue. All right, we're safe there, and the paint is all closed, so we're good. All right, so 9 by 6 roughly. And the depth of it is, oh, I want to say just about 3 inches. Now, I am going to tell you, I am able to, so far, get all of my tags in. But if you remember, I was also storing my Craftly Haul journal in there. You remember the one we were fussing with and doing all the pages. I still have to catch up. I have, I think, like 3 pages left. But although my journal fits beautifully, if I put everything else in, I can't get the journal in. There you go, guys. I hit you again. So I'm going to have to figure out a way. I guess maybe when this challenge is over, I will, you know, just wrap them together. I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, I can't get everything in there. But there we go. Here's the box. And let's see. Let's hope that little foot's still hanging on. Yep. Yep, it's staying. I might have to add a little bit more glue, but I'm not going to play football with this box. So I'm really not too concerned that anything is going to fall off. But we're going to put this aside for just now. We are going to take a look at our envelopes. I'm just going to pull the letters out. And this is what happened with the crackle paint. Now, I did not go ahead and do anything to it without you because I figured we could do it together, okay? I don't have my alcohol ink out right now, but like I said, I didn't really care for the way that the alcohol ink reacted, or it didn't really do much to the crackle on the paper. All it did was soak through the crackle and make the paper wet. So what we are going to do, I'm going to use my Tim Holtz Distress ink, and I am just going to show you how I inked up the other ones. Now, if you'll notice, if you remember, we did some stamping on here, and you can see how the ink from the stamps kind of soaked through the crackle paste. And again on here. But like I said, it's supposed to be old and moldy. It's oldie moldy, so I don't really worry about it too much. All right, I'm just going to ink up my dauber, and I'm going to go over the crackle. And this is exactly what I did on the other envelopes that I did as my prototype to show you. And that's it. That's all I did. Aside from having added a little bit of the alcohol ink, which, like I said, I didn't really like what it did anyway. You don't have to use brown. I do have a green, and I'm wondering now, you know what? I'm going to put you guys on hold for 1 second, and I'm going to come right back. Hang on. Okay, we're back. I have archival ink, the Ranger archival ink, the Wendy Vecchi, I guess it's the designer series, in peat moss. I grabbed out a fresh dauber, and let's see if this is even going to show up now that I put the brown on. Let's see if we can get a little bit of green on here to make it look a little moldy. I know that probably sounds terrible. Yeah, see, the green isn't really showing, or is it? No, barely. All right, it was an idea. I should have thought about it before I used all the brown. Well, let's see. Well, maybe. I don't know. Let's try again. I think maybe because this is this? Oh, this is archival ink. I was just going to check and make sure, because I think I was wondering if I was telling you guys it's archival ink all this time, and it's really not. All right. Okay. I see a bit of a difference. I'm going to grab more of the green. And I'm just going to, yeah, I am seeing green coming through. All right, let's see. Let's put that over there. I know it's probably a minimal difference, but can you see that? This one has a little bit of the green on it. This still is just the brown. So, yeah, it did make a little bit of a difference. All right, let's grab the green again. I'm working around my tripod. And let's put it on this one. I think what's happening is by adding the green, I'm actually rubbing some of the ground espresso off. Or maybe the green is soaking into the cracks. I don't know. I have no idea. But it's showing up. Okay. Well, there we go. It might look a little moldier than it did before. But yeah, it's always worth a try. Just play, guys. Just play. What else did I want to say to you? First of all, I'm going to move all of this out of the way. If you could see what my desk looks like right now, I wish I could just scan my desk so you guys could see what a disaster it is. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. Remember we did the envelopes and I said I didn't have enough postal stamps? Well, I had ordered a set from Amazon. They're the Kath Holden sign here. And if you can see, I hope it's not reflecting, it's a postage stamp. Sealed, unsealed, mail, postage. Some little numbers here. Yeah, after the fact, guys, after the fact. Well, here we go. This is what we did. The box. Thank you for coming along and helping me decorate. We finished up our envelopes. I didn't want to do it without you, so I put them aside. And what else did we do? Oh, and this is all staying stuck, thank goodness. And we put the little leg on the bottom of the box. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Once again, I used Distress Paint and Walnut Stain, Spun Sugar, Lumberjack Plaid, and I used the alcohol ink in Pink Sherbet for the flowers. The other archival ink I used, once again, is the Ranger archival ink in Peat Moss, Peatmoss. So there's everything I used. I know because sometimes I forget, guys, to give you the links, and I forget to give kudos to the people I'm getting ideas from. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to say bye for now. I'm going to send you lots of love and big hugs. And I am probably going to do another video tomorrow. And I think what I will be doing is catching up on day 18, day 19, and day 20. My friend Deb at Kip's Corner. Go check it out. She did something so really cool and awesome for today. And then she followed it up with an extra. You gotta check her out. She is the best. Okay, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye. Love and hugs. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. I am catching up on my comments. I'm only maybe 6 hours behind. Okay? But I am catching up. I will see you soon. Love and big hugs. Okay, gang? Bye.